Hey, what's up? Hope you're doing great. So, you want to start your career in cybersecurity, right? But you don't know how. No problem, because in this video, I will share with you that how I got started with cybersecurity and how you can follow my footsteps and start your own career in cybersecurity as well. So let's get straight into the meat because I won't be teasing you with different users information. So let's just get straight into the answer. So first of all, I will start with my childhood story. So from the very beginning of my life, like in my childhood, I was interested in programming and hacking stuff. But I was too busy with my school as well as playing video games, so I couldn't get a chance to step up my game till I was in ninth grade. So when I got to the ninth grade, our teacher gave us the permission of either choose biology or computer science. So on the spot, I knew what to take because I hated bio and I was in love with computer science. So that's why it took me like that's why it was we just 10 boys studying computer science, and then the other 100 students were studying bio. But I was happy because I was studying what I wanted to love. Anyway, so in this grade, I got in love with programming because it was C language that we had to pass, and I just took the letter C book from the library and sat down in front of the PC and did each and every exercise and example of the book. Indeed, there was problems and I got stuck a lot in between doing the exercises, but I had Google at my disposal, so there was no problem at all like that. Then once I passed ninth, I got into 10. Still in the 10th class, there was no programming, so that year went away with the C. When I got to 11th grade, so there we studied the C++ language, and C++ language is kind of the love of my life because I'm still in love with that language, the beauty of it, the freedom of it, and there are a lot of things that I love about C++. So let's move on with my story. So finally my school was over at this point. So I was in high school and it was fun actually. The classes was less as of from the school. So I started C++ from the book of written by Robert Leford, and as usual, I started with the examples and the exercise, and I went through each one of them one by one. So that was perfect, but the good thing about C++ is that it's really great language. I was actually enjoying coding in it, but then came the end of my college, and it was time for me to move on to university. Anyway, I had to upgrade my skills, so I moved on to C#. A very hard decision for me there. Like when I was switching from C#, it was very difficult for me because I was in love with C++, and leaving something that you love is very difficult. So that was really hard decision for me, but we had to take it because it was compulsory for me to create desktop applications in C# for the purpose of my university. Anyway, at this time I was in university and doing my computer science degree, and I started learning C#. It was best for me to start it was the time for me to start some internship somewhere in a company. So I straight away started looking for an internship here and there, and didn't find anything for C# or C++. So instead, a company or a startup, you can say, offered me a job, but on one condition, that I had to switch to PHP. So I joined it because there was no other opportunities and I had to take this decision. So I started learning PHP, and it took me like 3 days to get get around my head of PHP. PHP was fun as well, so like I had to also learn HTML and CSS because PHP is a scripting language and you need to learn HTML and CSS. It's a compulsory, as well as I also learned some JavaScript with it. And I started my internship there with PHP, HTML, CSS, and JavaScript. And that was great, really. After like 3 months, I got promoted from internee to a junior dev, and I was really happy because it was my first job as a dev, and I worked as a junior developer for 1.5 years, which was a lot, but it was great. Then I got promoted to senior programmer, and that was the fun part. After the long journey of 1.5 year, I was finally in the senior. I was finally senior, or just you can say a programmer. The junior was removed from my name or designation, you can say. Anyway, at this point, I was really fed up of PHP, like not of PHP, but web development in general. So I was more interested in working in like cybersecurity and machine learning and that kind of things. But at this point, there was no language that had the support for machine learning and data science and stuff like that. Just the Python was there to support these things. So, and Python was really getting popular at this point because no other language had the support for either machine learning or data science. So it was just Python in the market. So I straight away started learning Python. Plus, I was super interested in cybersecurity, and as you know, Python is really great with cybersecurity as well. So, so now at current stage, from last 5 or 6 years, I'm working with Python for different purposes like cybersecurity and different stuffs for web scraping and a lot of things. I use Python. Anyway, how you can start ethical hacking. It was my journey that I first got into programming, got internship, got a degree, and then got to programming, and then got interested to other stuff. But how you can start it, because you might be at different stage of your life than I am right now. So the easiest part would be if you are not willing to do a computer science degree, you can just start learning about basic computer system or basic computer stuffs, like how the memory works, how things get stored in a computer, what is RAM and stuff like that. Then once you understand things about computer system and just some basic knowledge, you can begin with programming. And once you learn computer, the programming would be much more easier for you to learn. And you can also start learning solving some general purpose programming, like the guessing games and stuff like that. Once you know a little bit of programming, also a little bit of social engineering and other stuff like networking, etc., then you can start participating in CTFs. Like there are a lot of good websites where you can go and start working with CTFs. Like, for instance, you can take the Hack the Box website, which is a really great starting point with CTFs. It will give you a lot of different challenges and you will sort it. The challenges would be close to real life. So in case you faces the same problem in real life, then their things would be really easy. So you can start with CTFs. In the start, it would be really difficult, but as soon as you go upper and upper, things would start getting easier for you, and you will grasp your head. And from this point onward, there is no stop in your learning curve. Like there is no stop, because you will continuously learn learn about ethical hacking and stuff like that, because people are making updates daily, day by day, and things are getting changed, the technologies are getting changed. So at this point you will do your stuff. So this is how you can start with ethical hacking. If you are interested in more, I have complete step-by-step course on how to get started with ethical hacking and programming. We are also doing some machine learning stuff, but that's not yet up on my YouTube channel or my personal blog, which is internetseco.com. Anyway, thanks for watching. If I missed something or if I didn't told you something, just leave a comment down below and I will make sure that I reply each and every one of you. So have a pleasant day for now. Have a pleasant day. Bye for now, and I will see you in the next video. Stay home, stay safe, because the COVID-19 is really bad and it can do bad stuff to you. So stay safe. Bye bye.